Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, I'm going to talk about something that I don't want to go and talk about, but I think we all knew at some point it was going to be coming, and that is on the regards of cheaters finally appearing, and actually overall really big hacking things also finally appearing now for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. And I hate to go and have to report on this news or talk about it, but as well, whenever you kind of bring more attention to this type of stuff, typically it kind of gets spread around a little bit more actual developers can work, learn against it. Sony and Microsoft can kind of be a little more anti it too as well. So this is kind of nice to bring attention to this, but it also kind of lets me go and talk about this and cry to you guys, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are also in the same boat whenever you see these types of news. So not fun. It always happens. Every generation of consoles eventually get it. And thankfully, as time goes on, a lot of these developers and major people usually do go and find patches for it. They find workarounds for it, anti-cheats for all the major competitive games like Call of Duty, etc. Usually have a way to at least go and detect it and eventually get rid of them. So it's not all end all be all, but of course it has to come out at some point. So let's go and talk about it. As well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well. Make sure you guys are subscribed for the PS5 giveaway. That should be ending, I think, like today or tomorrow, just so you guys all know. I know I've been kind of waiting on that a little bit, but I'm just waiting for some sponsor stuff to make sure it's all good with that. As well, also the Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, PS5 digital, PS5 controllers, PS5 warehouse consoles, and all of that lovely stuff. And of course, as well, the Twitter and Twitch stream down below if you guys would like to follow up on either or. And as always, the Weeble. Sign up for Weeble, deposit $100 with the link down below. You guys go get free stock, free money, you can just instantly withdraw everything. And of course, Coinbase, if you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, you guys go and get free Bitcoin. So let's go dive into the video itself. I hope you guys just have a nice day. So, as I mentioned, we have some kind of sad news. This article's over here from GameStop, which is never fun to go and talk about and see. Let me also go make sure I go mute up my actual audio itself, because we actually might be showing up a video, which also is a little bit cheesy on the fact that hackers are even making promo videos for this. But the article basically reads and states, cheating in the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X games might get worse thanks to this machine learning tool. I've never seen a... I hate reading headlines like this, but basically shooters like Fortnite, Call of Duty Warzone, and also the other various stuff too as well, pretty much any multiplayer game out there, might see an influx of cheaters on console thanks to a new machine learning cheat engine. Like just reading those words out loud just make me sad. So basically a new cheat engine that uses machine learning can now work on consoles, including the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. The anti-cheat watch group called the ACPD posted its findings on the new tool on Twitter. Basically what's kind of like bring a lot of attention over here. We'll show you guys up. You guys can literally see it right there. And basically how it will be a little bit difficult for developers now to go and detect it. Now, of course, as well, this has always been the issue for the past, 15 years, 20 years of online gaming. So, of course, there's always a way to find a workaround for it, to deal with it, etc., or even try to shut down the websites, the hosting. There's a lot of things that kind of stop cheaters and hackers in these games. But like I said, it's always annoying to even have to deal with this, and definitely adds an extra plate on the dinner table for all the devs. I'm not sure if that was a good metaphor or not, but the tool seems to use a visual feed provided by a capture card, like the ones like Elgato and AverMedia make, to a PC, which is then analyzed using machine learning to determine targets. All the player needs to do is aim in the general direction of a foe online, and then with the tool, then figuring out the precise aiming and even taking the required shots for the kill. The tool can be configured in a bunch of different ways, with the video demonstrating how a cheater can increase or decrease the field of view the tool uses to grab targets. So basically, we can kind of show you guys up this video over here, and it is not fun to go and see. So basically, even have the anti-cheat police department, which basically that's kind of like why we're making this video in the first place from their statement. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the next generation of cheating now available on console, and has been for a while, but lately it's becoming more and more popular and more of a trend. Consoles are no longer a safe space to play your games legit anymore, which always stinks. I do usually like the next brand new integration of consoles, mainly because as they make new consoles, it has a brand new firmware, brand new software, brand new everything, brand new multiplayer. And as you guys know, it takes a long time for them to kind of go and hack it and see it. So let me go and show you guys up this video. Like I said, this is not the actual anti-cheat department's video. They're just kind of more so showing this up too as well. And I'm not making this video go and highlight and showcase it to be like, hey, you guys go download all your stuff. Because if you guys do this stuff and you guys get detected, and especially if it becomes a lot more popular, you're probably going to get your console banned. I'm not, some people will leave a comment like that being like, well, scrubbing, you should even talk about it. I think you should talk about it because then more people know about it than developers at Sony and Microsoft, you know, even maybe Steam, Nintendo, whatever consoles that's actually may relate to, because, you know, some hacks are also kind of stems of other hacks as well. So basically, it's nice to kind of know because then people can bring attention to it and like they have a final way to kind of figure that out. But as we kind of talked about this, it kind of uses machine learning and essentially kind of goes and figures out like where you should go and shoot, maybe even preemptive shots, which shots are usually most efficient, like where people would spawn at, like basically all you can basically see this. Like there's a lot of crazy things when it comes to the actual technology itself. And as well, it also can kind of, it has like, you can even see the stuff that we're showing over here. It's just a lot of various things in general, which I'm not a fan of. I hate cheaters. There's no like, for me, I just never understand why cheaters would want to play that in a game. Like, yeah, you can maybe win a game, but deep down, you know you didn't win it because you just were cheating the entire time. It's like trying to go race your friend in like in a mile race, and then you basically just go walk around a tree and like basically rock one like the starting sign. In your head, you can maybe think you won, but then everyone else that saw that, your friend, and like even yourself deep down, you know you didn't win. So it's kind of like, what's the whole point of this in the first place? So, I mean, maybe I can understand people do like mods or cheats in single player games, like even like GTA back in the day. Those are all really fun times, don't get me wrong. But like in a multiplayer game, like, what's the point? Like, what? It's like cheating in chess. Like, you already know you didn't win. Anyway, I could probably talk about that for another half hour if I need to. But anyway, you guys can kind of see how this has kind of been like being showcased down over here, where it basically goes and does, like I said, a lot of machine learning and to basically go and try to highlight and showcase where you should be shooting, how you should be shooting, like the recoil, the shots, the headshots, and all of that. And it's just not fun. It's just not fun to see. So tools like this are not uncommon on PC, which is true. I'm not anti-console at all. I'm also a PC player, and there's definitely a lot of hackers out there when it comes to PC, which stinks. I just hate hacking. I hate the fact that people even feel like they need to do that, especially on a multiplayer game, because it just ruins the experience for everyone else playing the game. It just stinks, you know? But it's also something that should be more familiar to console players too as well. It's not something that should be more familiar. In all truthfulness, I do want to say most console games, they are hackers every now. It happens everywhere. But I will go and say throughout my years of being a gamer, console games are not as actively hacked as PC. I think a lot of PC also has a lot of source codes and game files, because you could, like, say for Steam, if I download a game, I can go through a lot of the files on Steam itself, add mods, etc. It's just more useful. You can basically kind of utilize a lot more stuff in your computer, while consoles are very predetermined and also very specifically made for them to be pure gaming machines. So it's kind of intriguing on that. The closed ecosystems of consoles have made cheating far more challenging, but since this tool only needs a visual feed of what is happening, it's going to be very difficult for either Sony or Microsoft to prevent it. The ACPD says it isn't impossible, but that developers will equally struggle to find a widespread solution to this problem. And as you can probably even read from that, it is a little bit more of an issue because it's not necessarily like, hey, this guy has a hack or like has a file or has like a modded console. It's literally like how they said, it's like you have a capture card that's basically scanning everything and doing machine learning to figure out where you should be shooting. So I'm sure it's still detectable, because if someone, let's say someone every single game is getting 40 kills, it's just like they're the highest ratio by 3x the normal best player as well. You can kind of probably have someone then watch a game, see how like the flicks and like the shots they do are unnatural, and they can probably go and ban them. But this also may lead to a lot more physical bans too, which means that people have to actually go and reserve, like watch the stuff, see the gameplay, and decide if someone's like being hacking or not. Like, it's way harder for someone to be really good and then they just maybe have this in the background, just no one knows, because they could just be maybe a good player, versus someone who's like literally flying, literally spawning in mobs, literally has infinite ammo, unkillable, stuff like that. I'm sure you guys can kind of see the difference on this. But it kind of stinks that this is even a thing in the first place. Like, I hate that there's always the people out there who are trying to go ruin everyone else's fun. So it kind of stinks. But at least on the bright side, as I mentioned, you can definitely go and have a workaround for this. I'm sure as time goes on, you have millions upon millions of dollars invested from Sony and Microsoft to try to go and combat against this stuff. You have a lot of developers, you have a lot of coders too as well. And it's kind of interesting because usually it's like, there's always like a back and forth. So you have some hackers and like people trying to go and mod their systems. Then like you have Sony trying to go and stop it. And you also have like, you know, Xbox trying to go and stop it. But then you also have hackers. It's like an endless like back and forth, which is just kind of nutty. So basically as well, cheating engines like this are especially popular in big online shooters such as Fortnite, Call of Duty, Warzone, and all those other types of games. I'm sure even Apex has a lot of hackers. You also have Call of Duty, like the normal multiplayer. Like any type of multiplayer. Fall Guys had a bajillion hackers, especially when that game was popular. It was rough. And as well, in April, even a developer on Warzone said cheaters were ruining his life's work while also eating up resources that be going towards making the game better. Which always does kind of stink, because especially if it's even on a smaller game or even like an indie game, but even these big games, you have to go and spend millions of dollars and hire many different developers to basically make sure people can keep on playing the game and banning all these hackers. And I'm sure it's hard. Like, I'm sure it's really, really hard. And especially if as they keep on developing different technology, I'm sure it also sucks being a developer for all these games. But like I said, some kind of bad news. I'm not a fan of actually having to report on this, but sometimes you go and see this stuff, and well, it's kind of, I think, good to bring attention to it so more developers and more people could be aware of it, and well, yeah, go from there. But guys, if you guys ever do this type of stuff, I'm telling you right now, you will probably get banned. It's not a matter of like if, it's more of a matter of when, and especially with these types of hacks and stuff like that. It ruins the fun for yourself, because guess what? You're not going to be able to go and know you won internally. You didn't win a game by yourself. You won with hacks. Like, it's not worth it. And at the same time, you're ruining other people's game experiences. I don't think a lot of people in my community would be hackers at all, but just always think about it before you guys do. You don't want to have like a worthless $600, $500 console if you guys can't even just go and even use in the first place. So hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Kind of sucky news. I hate that we have to report on it, but so I guess that's what I do. I guess I'm a kind of reporter, I guess. I don't know. I don't really call myself that, but if you guys aren't a brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, especially for the PS5 giveaway. Leave your comments and thoughts down below. If you guys want to just give me any of your feedback on this, Amazon links as always for the PS5 disc, digital consoles, controllers, all of that. Twitter and Twitch as well. And of course, the Weeble. Sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100. You guys go get free stack and free money. Go on, basically, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you guys later on throughout today for some more videos. Love you guys.